This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Retrovision. Shop with the confidence that you're getting the best price on offer. And Safety Compliance Global, taking care of all your safety requirements. Thank you for supporting local.
Thank you very much, Australia, for watching The Couch. Episode 798 is coming up right in front of your eyes. Let me tell you what's coming up. Ethan Granger is performing for us live from the theatre. We've also got Nick coming in from the Morris Car Club here in Perth, talking to Alexander Sacosta. The Popcorn panel looks at all the movies on Netflix, thanks to Alex Kearns. Red Zoo is in. We've got Ranger Red coming in. He's got a special guest, Tom Richards from Sons and Daughters, who used to play, let me tell you the actor, it was David Palmer. He was married to Pat the Rat back in the 80s. So we're going to talk to him today. Talking fit with Club Fiesta, talking music with Demelza Leonard, and to wrap it up, RAC Arena's here. Marika actually is here from RAC Arena, talking about all the top 7 events coming up in our arena in Perth. Hope you can stick around. It's a big couch. It starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can watch it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Oh, it's showtime on the couch.
Hello Australia, welcome to another episode of The Couch, coming from ESC Ellenbrook Secondary College here in the eastern suburbs of Perth from our Studio 3. Hope you can stick around for the next hour. We've got a big show. Let me open it today in the theatre with Ethan Granger performing a wonderful song called Piano Man. Here's Ethan.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, well son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La da dee da da dee da da dee da, la da dee da da dee da da dee da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Well, sing us a song tonight, for we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Well, John at the bar is a friend of mine, and he gets me my drinks for free. Well, he's quick with a joke, gotta light up your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, well, Bill, I believe that this is killing me, as the smile ran away from his face. For I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. La da dee da da dee da da dee da, la da dee da da dee da 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 dee da. Real estate novelist, you know he's never had time for a wife. And he's talking to Davy, who's still in the Navy, and he probably will be for life. You know the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned. They're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. And I just say, sound tonight. For we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday, and the manager gives me a smile, for he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. When the piano it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer, for they sit at the bar, they put bread in my jar, they say, man, what are you doing here? La-da-dee-da, da-dee-da, da-dee-da, la-da-dee-da, da-dee-da, da-da-dee-da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Well, sing us a song tonight, for we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright.
Ethan Granger, I was going to call him Michael Granger. Ethan Granger, of course, performing for us. And for those people who don't know, that's Kay DeLuca's cousin as well. We'll have him on at the end. Thank you, Ethan. Let's go to Alexander Sacosta. The Morris Car Club is in. Nick is in from there. Let's talk to Alexander.
Thank you so much, Fred. I am so excited to be joined by Nick, talking all about the Morris Club celebrating a very cool milestone, 45 years. Nick, thank you so much for joining us on the couch.
Thank you, Alexander. I appreciate it.
Tell me a little bit about the club and how it's grown over the years.
Club was formed in 1980, back in January. So what really started it was just a newspaper article in the Sunday Times in the motoring section. About half a dozen people contacted that newspaper article. It was actually by Jennifer Hoskins from about half a dozen turned up to the Keens Park DNA Tower at 2:30. We actually still have a member, a foundation member as a life member.
How fantastic.
Yeah, he was only 18 years old at the time, and he's basically about his 40, 50, in his 50s, 60s now from memory.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're actually having the meet up back at the DNA Tower.
We had a meet up back in January. We had had the foundation members turn up, and members over the past 45 years that were presidents and secretaries. People helped out, and being there, it was a lot of different times back then when obviously shops weren't open. Everybody went to everybody's house, helped them build their own Maoris and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Now, this is such an iconic car, and we all have an association with it. And I believe you have your own story when it comes to your car.
I do.
Tell us all about it.
So mine was actually originally it's a 1958 Ute. It's of bright green, can't miss it on the road.
Perfect.
Extended cab, it's got a flat tray. It was actually one of two that was originally built in 1984 and 1985. So it was two panel beaters in Kwinana. So they were called the Arnold family. So they built these two utes as a father and son thing. So mine had obviously the steel back behind the cab, and the other one was a purple one. It actually's got the window in the side, and that was the only differences they had in them. So, and a friend of mine actually owns the other twin ute. He sold it back in South Australia. He went to South Australia about over 15, 20 years ago. He sold it there, moved to Tasmania, and he always said to me, I do regret selling my vehicle. And I actually put an ad up on Gumtree about 4 years ago with the photos of the vehicle.
Yeah.
I had a guy ring up to me about 6 weeks after the ad, and I got the ute in the shed, you want to sell it back? You want to buy it back?
Reuniting the twins together again.
Reuniting together after 30. They hadn't seen each other for 30 odd years.
Wow, that is quite a story. And when it comes to you talking about the legacy, you mentioned your dad as well, who was an early member too, and kind of has passed through generations with you too.
So basically, I grew up with the club because my dad's joined in 1989, and he was actually the treasurer.
He finally saw the Sunday Times thing all those years later and was like, there it is.
There it is, yeah. So he actually owns a Morris Major Elite. So he bought it for $150 out of off the Sunday Times.
I'm sorry, a car for $150
back in 1989. Correct.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. It was actually going to go to a wrecking yard to be scrapped.
So he saved its life.
Saved its life, yeah, and he's still got it today.
And he still drives it?
Still drives it, yeah.
That's fantastic. And so the event that's coming up, celebrating 45 years, what can we expect? Who are we going to see there?
So for our 45th, we actually brought the National Rally back to Perth. So this will be our third national rally that we've had here. So the first one was 30 years ago, back in 1995. The second one we had was in 2007. And obviously after all these years, we decided to bring it back. It's just more because there's a lot of people getting to the point they're in their late 60s, early 70s. They're going to just getting too old to come across. So we decided after all this time, we do one more rally just for them.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So we're having people come from all over Australia.
All over Australia, correct. We've actually got some coming right now. They're actually in Ceduna right now, and I think in Port Augusta. They're actually driving across in their Morris Minors.
Oh, how fantastic is that? All the Morris cars on the road coming together in Perth.
Yep.
So it's going to be quite an event. Obviously, we're going to take lots of photos and wonderful things happening there. Is there anything in particular, tradition that is upheld at these events?
So it's more of a 4-day event. So the traditional rally, we start with a Friday night welcome presentation. So we're having that at the Army Museum of WA.
Perfect.
We just give out rally packs, tell them what's going on for the 4 days. The Saturday is our show and shine, which is held down at Waterlark Coot in Fremantle between 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. Obviously, all the publics are welcome. The Sunday we do a traditional Sunday drive, which we go from Fremantle, we go into the old Midland Railway workshops, where the Machinery Preservation Club have a club room there. So they're doing a full open day, which that's going to be between 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. So they're going to open all up, or welcome to the public. It's going to be probably about 78 Morris Minors down there as well.
And we can come and take photos.
You can come and take photos, go for your life.
Drive them, go on holidays with them. Perfect. Love it. And this one here, the other car we saw earlier today, tell us a little bit about that one.
So that's one of our members, Sonia's car. So she's had that. I remember her joining the club back in 2007 after the Nationals. Hers has got a Cortina motor in it.
Like me.
Yes. Yeah, she nicknamed it Sid, so that's what it says, Obsidian on the number plate.
Obsidian, yeah, I like it, and the colour's perfect too. So we've got all the details there for the event when we go to it. And when it comes to the car, why do you think they've stayed so iconic in the car industry?
Because I believe everybody's had them, and everybody remembers them. Like their granddad had one, or their mum had one, and they're just a car that was just a most reliable vehicle that everybody just could afford at the time. And even these days, you can still buy parts for them, like from over in the UK. Like you can buy a full brand new Morris Minor off the shelf.
That's fantastic. So a long-term car. So it's really just an investment then as well.
Basically, yeah.
So it makes economic sense to drive one too.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I want to hear, because that's what I want in my car.
Yeah.
So just wrapping it up, tell us a little bit more. Where can we find more information if we want to join the club, get involved, come to events?
Want to find more information? Just below on the screen. So it'll be at Morris Car Club of WA WordPress.com. Or even find us on Facebook at Morris Car Club of WA. We also got a Facebook page for our national rally as well. So if you want any more details, you'll find that on there as well.
Perfect. So we've got all the information. Now we just have to come to the National Rally and have a good time.
Yep.
We'll see you there. Thank you so much,
No worries.
Nick. Well, we have all the other information on our Couch website and Facebook and YouTube as well. Back over to you, Fred.
Thank you very much. And just a quick question for Nick. Nick, a Morris is still a good car. MGs, are they still a good car to buy? The new ones?
To be honest, new, you're getting what your money's worth for 12. If you need a good new car for reliability, if you get stuck, you don't want a second-hand one. Yeah, probably good for a good value.
Your
for
version was built by the British.
The British, correct.
The new ones are Chinese.
Chinese, yep.
As everything is.
Yep.
Great friends of ours are Chinese. Well, thank you very much for coming in.
worries,
All the best with the reunion and the celebrations
Thank
as well.
you very
Thank you to
much.
Alexandra as well. We're going to take a break. The popcorn panel with Alex Kearns. We're going to look at all the streaming movies that are on Netflix. After this, stick around. You're watching The Couch. Welcome back to The Couch here on Aurora Television and, of course, C31 and C44 in Adelaide and C31 in Melbourne. A time now to talk popcorn and, as always, we've got Alex Kearns with us talking movies and streaming. Welcome back.
Thanks, Fred. Great to be here. So first up, we've got Companion. That's a movie. It's on Apple TV. It stars Jack Quaid. He's the son of Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid.
That's right.
And he's part of a couple. He's got a girlfriend called Iris. They go on holiday with some friends for a weekend to a fancy country cottage. And you realise pretty quickly that something's a bit up with Iris. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know it. Everyone else does. But she's actually a human companion robot. Ah. And as the show progresses, she finds out that she's a human companion robot, and she's not very happy about it.
I can tell she is.
She couldn't. She believed that her and Josh actually fell in love and had a backstory, and it turns out it's just programming. So it goes haywire, lots of plot twists. It's brilliant. I really loved it. I gave it 8.5 out of 10. It's chilling, unconventional, and full of surprises.
Is it believable?
Yes, it's probably the future,
Beautiful.
Fred. If it's not already here now, it's next week. So
where can we
check
see
it
that?
out on Apple TV.
Beautiful.
That's Companion. Con Mum is a doco on Netflix. Now the title gives it away a bit. It's about a con mum. This poor chef in England. His name was Graham Hornigold, and he was adopted at birth. Never knew his mother, and suddenly this woman just wrote to him on an email saying, "I'm your mum, but I'm dying of cancer." So he meets her, and obviously it's a true story, and he literally gives up everything in his life to be with this woman. He kind of abandoned his wife or his partner, his young daughter, and he goes and spends this time that, little time she has left with his mum. But is she his mum? And she's splashing a lot of cash, Fred, and there's kind of a bit of a mystery there about where'd she get all this money from?
What's she after?
Exactly, what does she want? She's saying she's related to the Saudi Arabian royal family, and it's all a little bit suspicious. I had empathy for him because he was so desperate for a mother's love, but the way he discarded everyone in his life for this woman, and the whole twist is it his
And
mum?
it's a true story.
Yeah, true story. He it was a few years ago now. He's 45 years old when it happened.
Yeah.
And is she what it seems? So it was kind of sad, and it's just how he wanted her acceptance so much that it nearly cost him absolutely everything. So I
Con
gave
Mum.
that 7 out of 10 for Con Mum.
And where is that one?
That is on Netflix.
Netflix as well.
Done, Fred?
Now, last take. Thank you. There you go. Just throw the paper.
It's coming back to me. Last take, the Rust and the Story of Helena.
Yes.
2021.
We all know about this one.
Yeah,
Alec Baldwin.
was filming a production. It was called Rust in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And all he had to do is unholster his gun as part of the scene. Helena was the director of photography. Ironically, part of the actual camera crew had quit and weren't happy about safety. So she was actually filming right in front of him, and as he unholstered, the gun discharged, and it had a live round in it, went through her, and it also hit the person standing behind her.
Normally they don't have live bullets.
No.
It was an accident.
It's terrible.
And it should have been not happening.
Exactly. It's absolutely unfathomable that something like that could happen in the film industry. So there were criminal charges brought as a result of that. The armourer in particular who loaded that gun, she was a young girl and she didn't have a lot of experience. They're like, how did this happen? No one really has the answers, but it's an excellent doco. The woman that filmed it was a friend of Helena's, and she had access to the crew. And it really is something that just should not happen on a film set ever, and hopefully it won't
I guess
again.
this will be an insight into what happened from one person's point of view, and well done with Alec Baldwin. I'm glad he's out of all that trouble, and it's a horrible thing to happen, and he owns the movie as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
They've actually finished it and it's coming out soon.
should be good. High Potential.
Next up, High Potential is a series on Disney+. It's about a woman called Morgan. She's a cleaner in a police station.
Of course you have a Morgan in a police
Pretty
station.
much. And she sees a crime scene board and she walks over and she solves the crime based on all the photos and all the evidence. And the detectives come in and say, who touched that? And they're like, the cleaner. So they give her a job as a consultant. She's got very high IQ.
Promoted.
And she could walk in, Fred, and tell you that this cup's been moved or that's been shifted. So she's very perceptive. It's a great series. It's just been renewed because it's had decent viewing. But I did find that each episode's very repetitive. There's a crime. She's partnered up with her poor partner who's actually a fully fledged detective. Can't quite understand why he's with this cleaner
Is she
consultant.
believable as a policewoman, cleaner consultant?
Kind of, but she finds things in crime scenes that no one would notice. So it's a little bit unrealistic.
It's got a bit of an insight.
Yeah, but to stuff that's kind of just making it up for the script, if you will. And so every episode is kind of the same. There's a dead body. They think it's this person, but it turns out she knows better. It's the mother's brother's sister's
And is she
dad.
always right?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. That's the main
But it's
thing.
very good. I gave it 7 out of 10. It has been renewed, so people are obviously loving it.
The Electric State.
That is a movie that came out on Netflix recently with Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown. You might have heard about it, Fred. $320 million to make it.
Wow, that's a big money maker.
It is. It's one of the most expensive films ever, let alone a film that just came straight out on streaming. So it's set in 1997, and it's Millie Bobby Brown. Her brother goes missing. She teams up with Chris Pratt, who's a toy smuggler, and they're trying to find her brother, his actual physical self. He presents to her as a robot. So his brain and thoughts have been implanted into a robot. And so it's takes place after a big robot war. All the robots have been sent into a big compound that's fenced off, so all the robots are kind of trapped, and it's illegal to have a robot. So basically, Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt go into the robot land to try and find the brother. It was quite fun, great soundtrack, big budget, a lot of motion capture. I think that's where a lot of the money went for it. Probably 1% of Netflix operating budget, to be honest, at 320 mil. But very light-hearted, and there's a great robot versus bad guy drone scene at the end. Just a rollicking, fun film. 7 out of 10 on that one.
Skincare.
Skincare is a movie on Netflix. It's about a Hollywood woman in Hollywood that owns a skincare shop. She's a high-flying celebrity on the top of her game, got a new product release coming out, and all of a sudden another opposing skincare guy moves in across the street from her, and weird things start to happen. Someone stalks her, slashes her tyres,
Of course they would.
puts her photo and name on a singles ad, and so men are turning up to date her and all this sort of stuff, and it goes really wrong. The first 2/3 were kind of good, and then it gets a bit off the train tracks. You kind of start to get a bit confused. I wasn't sure if it's just my age, Fred, but I think I kept saying
you might be
to my
right.
partner, what's happening there? Why is she doing? So I got a bit lost, and because there's just a lot going on. It was kind of good to start with. Started strong, but got a bit convoluted. Gave it 5 out of 10.
Yep.
What I love about reviewing, I can tell you what to watch and recommend what not to watch, but check it out for yourself if you want to see it. Maybe I saved you the time. You can watch something
Delicious.
else instead. Delicious is a Netflix film. It's about a wealthy family of 4. They go to their French estate for a holiday, and they meet up with a young woman who works at a hotel. She comes to work with them as their housekeeper. Her name's Theodora. She starts to create conflict between the parents and the kids, starts to divide and conquer a little bit, and she's got some very strange friends, and it's evident from the beginning she's got ulterior motives.
Not like real life, eh? Let's go to the last one. Toxic Town.
Sorry, Delicious got 4 out of 10. It's just a little bit
4 out
too
of
extreme.
10, eh? That's
Toxic Town is my pick of the week. 9 out of 10. It's a British series about a town in the UK, a group of women led in the actors list by Jodie Whittaker. She was one of the first female Doctor Who. And all their children have limb deformities, so missing fingers, hands, feet, legs. And it's just about how, it's a true story, it's about how they fought against the council and that business that was putting out hazarded waste that caused their kids to have these birth defects. Brilliant, very engaging, and you'll be eager for justice to be served. 9 out of 10, go check that one out.
Have you seen Adolescence?
Yes,
What
loved it.
did you think of it?
10 out of 10.
What
I thought
a wonderful
it was
young actor.
incredible. The British really know how to do series, especially about crime-based
Yeah.
things or factual stuff. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Adolescence.
I
I know
thought
it's
it was
been
good
reviewed
too.
before, but it's brilliant.
I think
10
that
out of
young
10.
kid has got a future in movie,
Exceptional.
especially as a first-time actor. What a wonderful movie.
Yeah, it was amazing.
If you haven't watched it, watch Adolescence. Thank you for a fantastic review. Popcorn Panel. How do we find out more? Where do we look?
You can jump on Instagram or Facebook. Just search The Popcorn Panel. We have a page on both platforms.
That is Alex Kearns. Thank you, Alex. We'll
Thanks,
see you next month. Another fantastic review. We'll find out what's streaming next month with Alex. Time for us to get fit now, Alex. We're going to go down to the theatre. Well, not literally, but mentally we will. Hala and the team are down there for another Talking Fit. Here's Club Fiesta.
Thank you, Fred. Hi, everyone. My name is Hala, and I'm from Club Fiesta. We are so excited and happy to be here. Let me introduce you to my team. I have got Debs, I have got Sarah, we've got Tennille, we've got Chevelle, and we have got Taylor. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So we've got a new program that's launching mid-year, and it's called Club Titan. So we've got Club Fiesta, Club Power, and this is Club Titan. So what is Titan? Is a combat-based exercise program. So it's got a lot of boxing, it's got some kickboxing. We're not doing much kickboxing today, but it's just got a bit of mashup of combat style. So you can go to a class and release all your frustrations out or just have fun and at the same time get fierce and get strong and you feel so good afterwards. I promise you that. We haven't got the classes launched just yet, but we will be doing that very shortly. Get in touch with us. Head to our website, clubfiesta.com.au. We're going to be doing one song that is so popular and people are loving it. And it's, let's hit the music. You'll find out what it's all about. Let's go. Let's take a deep breath. Give me one more. All right, we're going to march. And then we're going to do a little jog. Oh, yes. That's it. Now remember the options. Look at the girls in the back. They're doing the low option. You don't have to jump if you don't want to. Let's take another deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more. Don't give it up. All right, come on down. Single, single, double, front jabs. That's it. Nice and strong. Yes. On the prize. To the top. Hey. Woo. Punch the ceiling. You've got this. We've got some skull crushers. Bring it down. 8. Woo. Let's go. Smash it. Switch. Hey. That's it. Strong and powerful. Up. Woo.
Never give up. Other side. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna shuffle, punch up, punch down. Go. Guards up. 4, 3, 2, other side. Hey. Good. Now remember the option, no shuffle. Option, you can just stay here. And that's why we say it's for everyone. Switch it up. Listen to the words, don't give it up. From the top. You know it's true. This is your year. Take action. That's it, to the top. Yes. You want it? Grab it. It is in your control. All right, take a deep breath. Now, you're gonna come down, hold here, stay low, capoeira, take it back. Boom. Woo! That's it. Stay low. Stay under the radar, like a ninja. Ready to strike, but not yet. Wait for it. 5, 6, 7, skull crusher, down! Woo! Punch it. Yes. Elbow up, other side. Woo! Here we go. How we doing, team? Yeah. Looking good. Looking strong. Outside, last one. From the top, punch it. Go. Give it your all. This is it. You know it's true. Come on. Woo! Up. Ceiling. Punch it. Up. Yes. And well done. See, it is so good for the heart as well. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Any questions, any feedback, anything at all, head to our website, clubfiesta.com.au. This is Club Titan. Thank you for joining us. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much. Hala, thank you very much. I think it wasn't just your heart that was moving, so was Red, our next guest on the couch. We're going to be talking about 50 years since black and white ended and we went to colour. Red is back in the studio, of course, from Red Zoo. Ranger Red, Brad, welcome back.
Thank you, Fred.
You've got a special guest as well.
I do, and today I'm not appearing as Ranger Red. I'm channeling my inner Dory Evans. Tell me it isn't so. And I have brought along an Australian television and theatre icon with me, Tom Richards, long-time Crawford actor and entertainer, as well as TV stage, a telethon guest for many years. So I think it's only appropriate that I hand over to him, but it is special because, as you were saying, Fred, we are here today celebrating 50 years of you being able to watch coloured television when we went from black and white to what we're seeing
we
today.
We should have all worn black and white today, I think. Tom, thank you very much for coming in and welcome. And how's Beryl going? You still married to her?
No, I'm sorry to say.
And
Leela Hayes, she passed away about a month and a half ago.
Oh, really? That's
and we were all very sad because lately we've had an organisation, we have reunions, and we've got all these people coming from overseas, Ireland, England, America, New Zealand, all that, and plus within Australia and Belgium. But we gave a very nice send-off to Leela because she wasn't really involved in the reunions.
No.
But I think now mainly because she was sick.
Yep.
But she's had her sons and daughters, and then she had her acting classes.
Now, for those people who don't know, Sons and Daughters, for the young ones, Sons and Daughters are the home and away of the past. It was the forerunner to Home and Away, really. It was recorded in the same 7 studios in Epping in Sydney. You were one of the main characters. You were David Palmer. Mm-hmm. Tell us a bit about your character. Sorry, Alexander, I've jumped in as well.
No, thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks, Red, also for saying 2 icons are here from television and telethon and all of that. Me and my good friend.
Yeah. I remember years ago.
Oh, how we laughed.
Yeah, didn't we?
How quickly they forget us, Fred. How quickly we've forgotten.
Oh, the stories though, Fred, please. We must hear this.
I want to know, Tom, what do you best remember for? Because I know Matlock Police was like the cop shop, the Division 4 on 7. Matlock Police was an amazing show. That's where you started. How did you get your start? Tell us about the naturopath.
Oh, the naturopath lady. Well, I think she was reading a TV Week, right? And I was there and she said, Tom, I think you should go down and audition for Crawford's. I said, that sounds a good idea. So I wrote to Crawford's and they came back and said, yes, you can come down and do an audition. Well, I couldn't go. That was the end of 70, I think. And I went to New Zealand. But when I came back, I got in touch and they said, yes, come down. And I came down and Loretta Healy, she raced after me saying, when are you coming down? When are you coming down? And I said, I'm not quite sure yet. I've got a stage play. But they wanted me to come into Division 4 to replace Terry Donovan, who was going into hospital. Right. And as I said, with a rough head and you look like a footballer, mate, you're made for television in those days. You're either a cop or a crim. So I was lucky I finished up as a cop. But I couldn't come down. So I went down there in May. I did a Ryan. It was new, Roddy Mulliner. Of course, we're about the same height, looked similar. And I was a henchman, and then he got me. I had to slam the car over, and I ran out, and he got me up against the fence and backed the hell out of me.
And was that in Sydney at the time?
That was down in Melbourne.
Melbourne
yeah.
Police.
And he bashed me around, and I thought, yeah, this guy's a stuntman. He can act. So suddenly, I was standing for Rod Mulliner.
Okay.
And the funny part about it, we're out in Port Phillip Bay on this big, I don't know, must have been a prawn or whatever, huge boat, and here I was being a stuntman for Rod Mulliner. And
how did you move from that to Rowena Wallace's lover and Beryl's lover and father of the two, Ali Fowler and...
I got a phone call.
Peter Phelps, wasn't it?
I got a phone call from Rowena. No, I didn't.
Probably yesterday, I would say. No.
I think I did an audition.
Yeah.
Don Batty, he was the executive producer.
He was into everything back then. Don Batty was responsible for a lot of television.
Well, he was responsible for a lot of shows I was in.
And if I'm correct, was Don Batty not part of the singing or writing team for the theme song for Sons and Daughters?
Him and his friend, I can't think of his friend's name. Yeah, they wrote the Sons and Daughters song.
And you're having a reunion, or you've had a few?
We've had two. We've got another one coming up in 2026 again.
Wow.
2027, I think, if we're still here.
You will be. You will.
Yeah.
Live in Perth, you'll be here forever. Hey, Alexander, I'll let you ask a few questions.
Now,
please.
Fred, the people that he has met. Tell us, now you were just mentioning earlier, you have quite a connection to James Bond.
Yes, I did. There was a young lady, they came out to Australia and met up with Sons and Daughters, and thanks to a lady called Sue Manger. And then I went to England and I met up with her, and I also knew the director, John Glenn. Went to his place and we got talking. He said, I'll take you out to Pinewood Studio. So we went to Pinewood Studio and he took me all around the Bond set, which was great. And then he said, we just got to go down and have some lunch. So we went down to lunch, and who should be there? But James Bond, Roger Moore.
Literally Roger Moore.
So with his secretary, and so we sat down and had lunch with Roger Moore.
Wow.
What a lovely man he was.
You've had a bit of a link with Sammy Davis Jr. as well.
Yes. A link?
A meeting.
A meeting, yeah. Well, that was times the telethon here in Perth. And he was here, and he went back in the plane, and we happened to be sitting near him. And then we got to Sydney, and he came down and said, you and Peter Phelps, would you like to come and see it? I'm sure it was a James Bond movie.
That's what he said, yeah.
Yeah. And I said, no, we can't.
No.
And he was so disappointed. No.
Well, once you've already met Roger Moore, really, where's there to go?
When you think back at television, I was saying to you off air, has it changed a lot in your opinion?
Oh, a lot.
How?
Well, just in the production style. Now when I was doing Matlock Police, you'd have a 16mm type camera.
Yep.
And they shoot that on location, so you had film. And then we'd go into the studio and shoot it all on the TV cameras.
And now you've got these tiny little cameras, haven't
we? And when it went, later on went to colour, it was the same thing. We did the same thing. But Homicide was the Crawford's love child.
So you've worked with Crawford's. Did you ever move over to Grundy's?
I did.
Yeah, what did you do with Grundy's?
Sons and Daughters.
Oh, that was a Grundy's production, because they also did Neighbours back then, and they also did most of the television, which we know as Fremantle Media now.
That's right. Yeah. They did. Yeah, Sons and Daughters.
What was your favourite out of all of them? If you could do it again, Matlock Police. And why was that? The cast? The crew?
It's just, it was. But, the first thing, a young boy's dream, action, fighting, running after crims and all that thing. But working with Michael Pate, who was an icon anyway, 40 years, and Vic Gordon, who was a wonderful comedian. So I learned a lot from those two. And Paul Cronin, who was a lovely fellow.
Would you do TV again? Would you take a role in Neighbours if it was offered? I mean, I know it's closing down. You probably don't want to be associated with closing down.
No.
Would you do another? If Neighbours came to you and said, "We'd love you to be part of run the bar or run something on Neighbours," would you do it? Would you love to act again?
Yeah. Hello, is that Neighbours? Yeah. No, I would love to do it. Yeah, I'd do it. Yeah, of course.
It's
I would,
in your blood, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you look back at all the years, here's a couple of who are the best people you work with? Who would you say would be your favourite?
I couldn't. No, I don't have any special ones. Everything I've been in, stage plays, whatever, Neighbours, they're always friendly, right? But I suppose if I had to pick someone, I say, well, Matlock, Michael Pate, and Paul Cronin.
Yep.
Very friendly with Paul Cronin, and so with Michael. But he was a great guy, Michael. He used to tell me a lot of tricks to do on film, what they used to do in America. What you can get away with, and Paul Cronin. But
of course,
may I just digress about Paul Cronin and the Sullivans? We had I had a Christmas party down with Vic Gordon, and Paul and I were wrestling on the ground, just playing around. And Loretta Healy, who was the casting agency, looked at Paul and said, "He could be Dave Sullivan."
Yep, and he was.
He was,
and he also played Solo One.
That's right. Well, we all had. See, with Matlock Police, they all had a chance to go out and do our own series, right?
Gary,
yeah. And I was supposed to do an old period thing as a cop on horseback. But that didn't take off, but Paul Cronin was lucky.
On a motorbike.
He got a motorbike.
He ended up working in the country as a spin-off to Matlock Police. He was Solo One, and it was Gary, and he had I can't remember the radio operator that was his best friend. Who would you pick someone as saying, "Oh, I wouldn't want to work with them again," or is it not a good time to say?
No one.
Was there anyone that was really difficult to work with back then?
I mean, honestly, there was no one that I ever had trouble working with. You'd go there, you know your lines. If you don't, you have to learn them. But no one was nasty.
Yep.
We were all happy. And with sons and daughters, we'd have the, I better not say it here, a certain thing.
Prick of the week.
Oh, can we say it? Prick of the week. Prick of the week.
Oh,
and that meant on Wednesday, every Wednesday at the finish of the studio, we'd have the prick of the week. Everyone wanted to be the prick of the week.
Why?
You get an award.
You were popular.
You get an award, as in the prick of the week.
Better than a Logie.
No.
Could you imagine I got prick of the week 5 times?
It's very prestigious.
Rowena wanted it, and she got it a couple of times, and Beryl wanted it, and she got it a couple of times.
A bit sleazy, I'll say.
Oh, yeah, prick of the week. It was great.
Well done.
We'd have a slab of beer and all have good fun.
Look, it's been amazing having you here, Tom.
Yeah.
Obviously, I remember you because you're part of the legendary television that I grew up with, and Red as well. Of course, you're able to say you're younger than me, Red.
I just want to say I'm really lucky because I don't only know Tom on a professional level, but he's the best mate.
Well said.
Oh,
Alexander, did you have a final question, Alexander?
I just think it's just been nice to just listen to someone who's been in this industry, as someone also in this industry as it is now. It's just wonderful to see a legacy grow over time. So what a privilege to just be next to you, as close as I can be.
And can I just say to you, what a great idea. Alexander's now the prick of the week here on the
won it, and I am thrilled and honoured to have won.
Well done. Tom, thank you very much for coming in. All the best for your future. I hope to see you again on TV. Red, thank you for bringing him in. He is a great friend. He's a great guy, and I think I wish we could all sing the Sons and Daughters theme, but we probably won't because I'm probably the only one that knows it by heart. But thank you very much. We'll take a break. More of The Couch. Thank you to all our fabulous guests. More of The Couch coming up right after this. Demelza talking music right after this. Well done, guys. Thank you. Welcome back to The Couch. Always a pleasure to have our next presenter in, Demelza Leonard, talking music. Welcome back.
Yes.
Nice to have you here. Lots to talk about. Ed Sheeran's in the news again.
So Ed Sheeran, it looks like he is teasing new music, but this is not the Ed Sheeran that we've heard or we know. Yeah, this is totally different. So he's teased this new song called Azizam. Basically, it's got a bit of a Persian influence to it. It's a little bit more poppy, a little bit more dancey. So very, very different for Ed Sheeran here. And the
What's he going for? What's he doing this for?
Well, listen, have a quick listen to it. It's just very like charty, poppy.
Very modern, young.
Very modern.
Very fresh and young.
Yeah, very joyful. So basically what Azizam in Persian translates to is my dear or my beloved. So this is like a fun, romantic song that he's got. And it's there's been these massive pink love hearts that have popped up around the world. Delhi, New York, Bondi Beach had one as well, basically encouraging people to get behind the track on his social media.
And you know what? I guess he's getting older. He wants to be relevant, and why not?
Well, that's it.
And
He's married. He's married. He's. I think he has a baba. Don't quote me on that one. You know. So it's. This is the next phase for him, I think, as well.
We'll see. Now, Dua Lipa, she's been doing some amazing things. She's been singing Australian music.
Yeah, so Dua Lipa's been doing her tour on the East Coast. Sadly, Perth didn't get a chance to see her this time round. But what she did do was cover a number of Aussie tracks, including Kylie Minogue's Can't Get You Out of My Head, In Excess, Never Tear Us Apart, Natalie Bruglier's Torn, and AC/DC, Highway to Hell. However, she also got special guests out, including Troye Sivan, which she did Rush to. She got Kevin Parker from Tame Impala to do a song, and even Angus Stone to sing Big Jet Plane.
Isn't that sort of adding on to someone that's very popular here in Australia? It's sort of getting into the Australian feel so people know that she's in Australia.
And so when she went over to New Zealand, she performed Royals with Lord. So she's teaming up with people from the particular country and paying tribute to their artists at the same time.
That can only be a good thing.
That could be a great thing. The fact that she's covered, we worked with Angus Stone on Big Jet Plane, that just shows you how researched she is on Australian songs.
And she's picking up amazing Australians, a variety of different music and
that's it. It wasn't just the iconic, it wasn't your John Farnhams and things like that, whilst we all love John Farnham and Jimmy Barnes, but this was some of the other ones and some of that new generation of artists.
I think it's wonderful, especially Troye Sivan as well. Excellent. Now, the Beatles have got something new.
Yes, so there is a Beatles biopic that has been confirmed over the last week. So it was confirmed at Sony CinemaCon in Las Vegas. Now, Sam Mendes has confirmed that the cast is going to be Harris Dickinson as John Lennon, Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney, Joseph Quinn as George Harrison, and Sabrina Carpenter's ex Barry Koff as Ringo Starr.
Any cameos?
Well, we don't know. This is all we know of it. However, there is going to be 4 films released April 2028. And each film is going to focus on each particular band member.
Wow.
So it's not a film of the Beatles, it's each one and telling their story. This will be the first lot of films that actually has the band's approval on both their life rights as well as the music
And I think this is the first time it's been done, this biopic.
Absolutely,
so it's going to be, I think, for fans, it will be a behind-the-scenes journey of their life.
Absolutely,
and if you love the Beatles,
hopefully it won't end up like some of the other biopics that didn't quite.
Well, and the movies as well, like Elton John's and the Queen one.
Yes, if we can, those 2 were actually quite good. Some of the other ones, like the Amy Winehouse one, not so great. The Bob Marley one, not so great. So if we can get them all the other side.
Is there one coming out for Michael Jackson? I think there's a stage show.
There's a musical. Yes. There's a musical in Sydney at the moment on that.
That will be interesting to see how that works out. Well, hopefully it's coming to Perth, but who knows?
Fingers crossed it's coming to Perth.
Sounds good. Lots happening in the music news.
Absolutely.
What's the top 3 as they stand?
Shall we check out the top 3?
Why not? Let's have a look at start with number 3, please.
Coming in at number 3, it's Anxiety by Doechii.
Somebody's watching.
It uses Gautier in there.
Everybody uses
Rosie featuring Bruno Mars with APT.
Very popular song.
And new number one, Ordinary by Alex Warren.
What a wonderful music segment, Demelza. I like that first song there because I hear it on everything. Commercials, Instagram, everyone's using it because it's pretty popular.
It is. I mean, we all deal with anxiety, don't we?
And I believe it was one of the ABBA singer's birthday. I think it was Agnieszka. Agnieszka celebrated her birthday yesterday. But I didn't expect you to know since you don't cover much ABBA news.
No.
But it's all right. Happy birthday
I figured
to
you're the
Agnieszka.
expert on ABBA, so I'd leave that one to you.
I am. Thank you very much. That is, of course, Demelza Leonard. Where do we get more information about you?
DemelzaLeonard.com, or check out Pop Influence, the new podcast.
And we'll have you back in a week or two to do pop culture.
Yes.
We'll take a break. More of The Couch coming up. We're talking RAC Arena events with Marika Bailey. Stay tuned. This is The Couch.
I'm Ethan Granger, and I'm live and local on The Couch today.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. Nice to have some local friends with us in the studio, and there's lots of them. Let me introduce my friends in the studio. It is, of course, boot scooting Betty and friends of the Australian Outback. We're going to meet Kerry, the lady who's created it all, but to talk to her is our very own boot scooting Alexander. Over to you.
That is what they call me, friend. It's because I love to boot scoot. I don't actually walk, I just boot scoot. And we are with the actual Imagineer behind all of this, the lovely Kerry Renton. Welcome to The Couch.
Oh, thank you.
And yes, welcome to all of you as well.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We feel absolutely privileged. It's wonderful.
Wonderful. And now we have quite a team with us here today. Do you mind giving us a bit of an introduction so we can meet them all?
Well, let's start with our biggest and brightest red cowboy. This is Wasteless Wade.
Wasteless Wade, what a pleasure.
Yeah, he's all about being very resourceful, and he's very clever with all things recycling.
We love that. Very sustainable. Very good.
He's also our bravest outback cowboy, and has the loudest cooey shout you'll ever hear.
Oh, Wade's got a lot going for him.
Yes. And right next to him, you'll see the beautiful boot scooting Betty.
Loving the bejeweled belt, very nice.
Betty is the kindest, most wonderful character in our group. She loves to entertain and pretty much just loves giving kids the opportunity to be kind. She's a very kind character, and she lets everybody know that kindness is quite contagious.
Absolutely.
So with her cheery smile and her boot scooting steps, a dance and really easy to learn boot scooting steps and catchy tunes. That's our Betty.
How fantastic. And our next person, we've got the lovely Desiree here too, and her character is?
Jillaroo Jane.
Jillaroo Jane. Hi there, Jillaroo Jane. How are you?
Hi, welcome. Not welcome. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Jillaroo Jane is the host of all of our shows when we perform on stage, and she is the most curious adventurer with the biggest imagination that you'll ever find on the homestead and in the outback.
How fantastic. And next to her we have Ranger Rupert,
We do. Now, Ranger Rupert is our outback ranger. He absolutely loves walking the colourful dusty tracks of the outback and caring for our Australian wildlife while he's out there. He loves to ensure, also a bit of education, and gives the little kiddies a little bit more to understand about what they could do if they found themselves off the beating track, encourages them on every adventure, starting in your own backyard, and also how we can best care for our wildlife animals, from a little lizard crawling into a can and possibly being extinct, and the right things we can do to stop that from happening.
Oh, fantastic. These are some very busy people.
They're very busy.
How wonderful. And what about our next friend here?
Oh, this is the lovely Liv Green Lexi.
Hi, Liv Green Lexi.
She is our outback gardener.
Uh-huh.
And she loves to sing to her plants, don't you, Lexi? She loves a good song. She loves that space. She likes to encourage everyone that when the world's getting a little bit too loud and you just want some time, go and plant something and watch it grow and have a really, really nice quiet time with yourself. And do not be afraid of doing that.
Oh, wonderful. Taking time for ourselves. I feel like we're learning so much.
We are,
and our last little friend here at the end.
This is Ranger Rookie Ruby.
Hi, Ranger Rookie Ruby.
Rookie is our Rookie Ranger. We are encouraging children to become Rookie Rangers just like Ruby and learn off Ranger Rupert here to also care for the outback, and she's a very big part of our show as well.
Oh, so wonderful. You're kind of hitting so many different areas
Yeah.
about being
It's
in
pretty
the
full
outback.
on,
Oh, I
Roxanne.
bet. So
It's
coming
a lot.
from that kind of creative space, how did you decide, okay, I want to create these characters and grow this and send this message out there? What's the why?
The why is to have kids feeling comfortable exploring, adventuring like I did when I was growing up. And I don't know about you, but I remember going to the playground with my brothers and my sisters, and the lava was like sand. You know, the sand was lava, I
Yes.
should say. And the adventures just grew and grew from there. The imagination, getting kids back out away from their screens and exploring just their own backyard, but also taking up the opportunity to go with mum and dad camping and feeling comfortable and safe, exploring. So it came from me doing it, basically, my passion to keep that going with children of
take-
Australia and hopefully the world.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, I'm
Introducing
reaching for
everyone
the
to it.
stars.
So the way it started with a book, and we've written that,
Yeah.
and now you've done a comic book as well, and you've got a show coming up as well.
We do. So the book was. The book was written first to introduce Boot Scoot and Betty and Friends, and the book was narrated by our lovely Ranger Rupert, and it's all about introducing the characters to people, because who are they, right?
Yes.
So it talks about all the characters at the homestead, the secret homestead, down a secret dusty track. And then from that, I started writing the lyrics for songs. We now have music as well. I've got quite a few songs produced now, and that just started from a book launch. Wow. That's where it started. So we thought, wow, we can actually do some choreography and dance along, and the audience just loved it just from that space.
And you've actually been part of a few different events as well.
Yeah,
You're
in the
part of-
regions mainly. It actually came out of Karratha.
Fantastic.
So in 2022 we did quite a big tour in Karratha to different festivals, so predominantly festivals, but we've got coming up now our very first ticketed show. So
This is exciting.
I know, it's our first production.
And this is a brand new show?
Brand new
Brand
show.
new show, so this is its debut.
And
tell me about it.
So it's called A Cooey in the Outback.
A Cooey in the Outback.
Yeah, it's lots of singing, lots of really easy, catchy tunes, lots of great dance steps to learn. Usually from about age 3 and up, get quiet. And look, I tell you, the mums and grandparents love it too. They absolutely love it. It's just about having the characters journey down a secret dusty track to the homestead, taking the audience on that journey to the homestead. Somebody gets lost and off the beaten track, and a good cooey shout will bring her out. So, and it's just giving the kids the confidence to, if they find themselves even just lost in a big space, to just Ranger Rupert has his own 1, 2, 3, you
right.
find me steps.
Wow.
And maybe these guys
What are
can
the
show
steps?
you,
So we've got 3 steps if we're
We've
ever
got 3
lost in the
steps.
outback.
Yeah, if we ever get lost
All
or in a big crowd, or, just in a position where we think, where's my mum, where's my dad, and not quite sure what to do, it's step 1
Step 1.
is stop.
Stop.
Right where you are.
Got it.
Step 2 is stay, so you don't go too far. And step 3 is shout cooey,
Oh, we
like
love
a
that one.
rowdy rock star.
Anything that involves shouting, I love.
Yeah, well, so does our Wade. He loves a good shout.
How fantastic. So it's a family-friendly show. It's got wonderful messaging. They're learning skills. They're having fun. They're catchy songs. You've really created a whole world for children to explore through the books and the songs, and they can come see you live as well.
See us live. We can also be available for any type of venue. It's really flexible. Each of these characters have their own special message. So if there's somebody out there that's looking for something that wants to advocate for recycling,
perfect.
we can do that. It's very, very flexible, our shows, and we just love to perform for families.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a really interactive show, and you do the meet and greets as well, so
Absolutely.
you're moving and roaming around.
So the kids absolutely love to meet and greet the characters and get a photo behind our famous Outback selfie frame.
Well, if I know
Giant
anything
selfie frame.
about Fred, I know he loves a good selfie photo.
Can I just ask, because I know we're running
Yeah.
quickly out of time, Desiree, What's your role? I know you're the host of all these shows. What's it been like for you?
For me, this is right up my alley. I love the country vibe that this show brings, and I feel like this role was almost written for me, and it's been really nice to be involved with these other performers that are as passionate as myself and Kerry, and also to work with Kerry, because I've been doing a lot of this for a long time as well, and it's really nice to do it together now.
I have to say, team, I love the fact it's 100% Australian.
100%,
It's 100% West Australian.
Yep.
You're a local team. I can see you going out to schools and delivering positive messages.
Absolutely.
I also love the fact you can go to the Perth Zoo, you can go to RAC Arena. There's so many opportunities for you guys to be our very own local team here, putting out those messages. Wonderful, wonderful job. Desiree, when can we see you next? Is there a show coming up, guys, very, very soon? I know you were talking to Alexander
Yes,
about it.
that's
When's
on
that?
Good Friday. That's the 17th of April. 18th of April.
Where is that going to be?
That will be in the Greenfields.
Yeah.
Yes, at the
Miracle Point Auditorium in Greenfield.
And can I ask, is this the first time you guys have been on TV?
Yes.
So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So can I just say, the nerves are there, but you've handled it really well. And it's very hard sometimes when it's the first time for doing things. I'll let Alexander wrap it up with the website.
Oh my gosh, well thank you, Fred. So if we want any more information about Boot Scooting Betty and all of her wonderful friends and Kerry Renton as well, head on over there on Facebook, they're on Instagram. Their website is just about to launch as well, bettyandfriends.com.au. So send them a message, get involved. Kerry loves to collaborate with people as well.
Yeah.
You can come meet all the characters and make new friends.
Yeah.
Hold my hand. Yay, we're all friends.
Well done.
It's Boot Scooting Betty and Alexander now.
Thank you very much. Can I just say thank you to the whole team. Good luck with whatever you do. We will follow you here on the couch. We'll try and you take up a lot of our studio, can I say. Don't forget the book is out right now. Also the CD, and you've also got the fantastic songbook as well. So you look out for it on their website. Please support them. They're truly West Australian and Australian. Alexander, thank you for your help as well. We will take a break. More of this wonderful local show called The Couch coming up right after this.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. Always nice to have your company here on The Couch. Let me introduce our next guest on Couch from RAC Arena, Marika Bailey, the marketing manager. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here.
It's good to be here.
Always something new
Always.
coming up at RAC Arena. So let's have a look at what's coming up to August, from now to August.
Yes.
Number one, West Coast Fever.
Yeah, so they're kicking off their season today, actually. So they're up against New South Wales Swifts, probably as we speak. And then so they'll have 6 home games remaining of the season. Tickets start at $35 for adults and $20 for juniors. And actually, fun fact, 2024 had the biggest attendance for the league in its history, and that made it the most attended female sporting competition in Australia's history. So they're going from strength to strength. The league is going really well, and so it's a great atmosphere.
Don't miss it. And of course, the season is only at RAC Arena, so buy your tickets now.
Yeah.
Now, Cyndi Lauper, I call her Lauper. Some people say Lauper. What do you say?
I would say Lauper.
Lauper, that's how I grew up. But you hear people say Lauper. Now, that's the lady who sang Time After Time.
Yeah,
and girls just want to have fun. That would be, and there's so money changes everything. See, I know a lot of her songs because I think she's an amazing singer.
Yeah, agreed.
Incredibly funny lady too, believe it or not. And
so maybe it's part comedy show, part concert.
And we've only got one show.
Yeah,
right?
and do you know what? It's her
April?
farewell tour. So this might be the last opportunity if you're a fan. Definitely go out and check her out. And she's supported by the Veronicas. Are you a fan of the Veronicas?
I am. I love the Veronicas. And do you know what? I think, is this her farewell tour? Do you reckon she'll definitely say goodbye after this?
Or is it John Farnham? Yeah,
4
exactly.
times,
Who knows?
And Elton John sort of did it.
Right.
But
I don't know. I mean, I imagine that, maybe she won't be touring as often. She might be performing still, but just not touring.
I guess take the opportunity because you may never see her perform again.
You don't want to risk it.
RAC Arena, 12th of April, one show only.
Yes.
Now, Pathway Boxing, what's that all about?
So it's debuting. It's a new event that we haven't had before or hasn't existed before. But essentially it will be a combination of top-tier professional boxers as well as elite amateur boxers. So it's creating a pathway for sort of boxing professionals to come up through the ranks.
Yeah.
And it will be really exciting. We'll have Perth Perth's Jackson, England, facing off against Jai Lane Taylor. But it will also have Freo Docker's Hayden Ballantyne fighting against former North Melbourne
he's doing a bit of
star
boxing.
Brent Harvey. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a crowd attraction.
Yeah, so
there.
two football players up against, or ex-football
Well,
players
they've
up
got the
against each other.
strength, I guess, and it's
Yeah,
not like
and
wrestling.
the fitness. I imagine it's a lot
Rather
of fitness.
them than me.
Yeah.
And that's called Pathway Boxing, and that's going to be on the 26th of
26th.
April. Only one show as well.
Yep.
Sounds good. Now, Disney on Ice is back.
Yes.
At ROC Arena. What can we expect?
So this one is called Find Your Hero, and you can expect all your favourites,
Mm.
obviously Mickey and Minnie, but they'll be joined by Moana and Maui, Frozen's
Mm.
Elsa, Ariel, Belle, Rapunzel, all the princesses will be there. So it's always a
12th
good
to the 15th for those people wanting to buy the tickets. Not
There'll be
school
9
holidays.
shows across
Is it
the
school
4 days.
holidays then? Might not be.
That's a good thing. I should
might
have
be,
fact
might be, might not be. But buy your tickets anyway.
Yeah.
It's 12 to the 15th, so you've got a few days there to be able to fit in. Now, Cirque du Soleil
Yes.
is coming up, and that's coming up on the 8th until the 10th. So only 2 days.
Yeah, 5 shows for that one, which is great. And we'll be, and it's a little scary in my mind, but apparently we'll be taken into the mind of a clown for this one. So obviously,
I love their themes.
yeah, that's always so interesting. And obviously, the tricks and the acrobatics are always very impressive.
I am surprised. I reckon this has been going on for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
These shows have been coming to Perth all around the world.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed the producers, the directors, the choreographers,
The effort that goes
artists,
in, yeah.
the effort and the big show that it is. And you just sit there mesmerised. It's just an amazing show.
It's nail biting. It's always on the edge of your seat. Like it'd be a little scary, but it's
So
good.
8th to the 10th of August is the only time you're going to catch them, and they're going to be at RAC Arena. Buy your tickets now. And NBL 1 West Grand Finals.
Yes. So last year, the NBL 1 came to us for their finals for the first time. So it was a massive thing for the league, which is awesome. It saw the Mandurah Magic win over the Willetton Tigers. And for the women, it saw the Rockingham Flames win against Coburn Cougars. So this year, the season's only just kicking off this weekend. We don't know who's going to be there, but it's going to be a double header. You'll see the women's and men's finals for the West, and so it's exciting.
And that's on the 23rd of August, so only one show as well. And finally, Paul Kelly's coming to Perth. Will he be making gravy? Probably singing that. He will sing that song.
Yeah.
You know he's going to sing it on
You'd
the
have to.
26th
It's a
of August,
classic.
by the way. What can we expect from Paul Kelly that he hasn't already done? He's just an amazing artist.
So he has a new album, and that's what the tour is in support of. But yes, he'll be, I hope, one can hope that he's going to be doing all his favourites Before Too Long, To Her Door. As I said, it's support of his latest album, Forever Longing Still. And he actually hasn't been on tour since his 2018 album. So it's been a little while. It's going to be really great to have him back on stage.
And let me run through them again. Of course, the West Coast Fever 2025 season kicking off on the 6th of April. Cyndi Lauper is one show only in Perth on the 12th of April. Pathway Boxing on the 26th of April, only one show. Disney on Ice, 5 shows, was it?
9 shows.
9 shows. That's the next one that's 5.
Yep.
12th to the 15th of June. And then, of course, Cirque du Soleil, 5 shows, 8th to the 10th of August. NBL 1 West Grand Finals, only one, 23rd of August. And then Paul Kelly, 26th of August. Now, tickets, you can get them online at racarena.com.au. It's on the screen right now. Buy your tickets there directly. It's our beautiful arena here in WA. Anything else you can sort of tease us with that's coming up?
Nothing that comes to mind. I mean, there's a lot happening. We've
Any
got Katy
big
Perry
artists
coming
that
up.
will-
Gracie
I like
Abrams is coming up. 2 big shows for both of them.
And you've had some amazing comedians as well.
Yeah,
And
Russell
some great
Peters was
shows.
recent. Sarah Millican.
Telethon.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
would be
in
there
October,
again.
which would be good.
Well done. And can people still get parking at RAC Arena in odd hours and all that type of thing?
Yeah, we're open from 5:30 to midnight, 7 days a week.
And it's a wonderful venue, and they've sorted out that blockage of the pipes.
I mean, it wasn't our fault. Let's be clear about that.
I know. You had nothing to do with it. You didn't want a weekend off.
Yeah, exactly.
And Brian Adams certainly took the time off.
Oh.
Amazing when that happens, isn't it? It must create a lot of hype and annoyance by the public when they buy tickets and
It
can't
was
come to the
absolutely
event.
frustrating. It was a really disappointing outcome.
Which is a little bit sad.
Mm.
But thank you. Marika Bailey, of course, Marketing Manager for RAC Arena, back again next month or maybe in a month or so to
Looking
talk about
forward to
more
it.
events.
Always.
But please buy your tickets online, racarena.com.au. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
That is it for the show today. Thank you for your company. I hope you enjoyed the program. If you enjoy it, tell everybody. We'd love more viewers all the time. We are local, 24 years on television here from Perth, all around Australia on Foxtel, of course, Channel 173. C31 in Melbourne, Melbourne's biggest television community channel. And, of course, C44 in Adelaide. Thank you for all your support, guys. And thank you for watching us on Facebook and also on YouTube as well. And don't forget, thecouch.com.au is how you connect with us on all those mediums as well. We'll leave you today with a fantastic singer. We had him on earlier on. Ethan Granger is his name. He's doing a beautiful song by Elton John. It's called Your Song. We'll see you next week. Keep smiling. Bye for now.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide, and I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. And if I were a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions, you know, a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best that I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind, I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. So sat on the roof and I kicked off the moss. Well, a few of the verses, well, they've got me quite cross. The sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for the people like you that, oh, you keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, 'cause you say I'd forgotten if they're green or they're blue. But anyway, the thing is, what I really mean is that yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind, I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind, I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.
On the couch with
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Retrovision. Shop with the confidence that you're getting the best price on offer. And Safety Compliance Global, taking care of all your safety requirements. Thank you for supporting local.